See here. Now I want to talk about structure of C program. Structure of a C program. So to write the C program, which structure we have to follow? That structure I will explain now. Listen. In the previous session, I clearly told that we write C program in the form of functions. We write C program in the form of functions. We write C program in the form of functions. Okay. So you may not understand this syntax perfectly. You may not understand the structure of C program perfectly now because you are new to this language. You are new to the C language. Okay. You may not understand, but try to understand. Try to understand. Okay. I explained clearly. Try to understand. After completion of half C language course of C language syllabus, you can get complete knowledge on the structure of C program. Now you may not understand it, but try to understand. Okay, so we write C program in the form of functions. To define the function, we have to follow one syntax. See the syntax to define the function. Syntax to define a function. So to define the function, we write function name. We write function name. Then in the brackets, in the parenthesis, I'm calling them as the parenthesis, opening bracket, closing bracket. This one is called parenthesis. So it's a symbol for function. If you want to give any arguments list, we can give arguments list here. Here, these are called arguments. Here, arguments list we specify. So specifying arguments list is optional. And in front of this, we write return type. We write return type. This is the starting point of function. This is the ending point of function. In between that, if you want to declare any variables, we can declare the variables here. That's called local declaration. Then we can write the code. We can write some statements. So this is the syntax to define the function. For example, I want to add two numbers. So to add two numbers, I'm writing a function. Function name I'm giving as add. So what is add? Add is the function name. Next, give the arguments. Oh, I want to add two numbers. So I'm taking two integer variables. Try to understand. You may not understand because you don't know what is int. Why I'm writing like this, you don't know. Okay, try to understand. Int x comma int y. So just to get the values into this add function, I'm taking this. I want two values. I want to add two numbers. So I want x value and y value. So I'm declaring here. Integer means number without decimal places like this. 10, number without decimal place. 25, number without a decimal place. 30, without decimal place. So number without decimal places are called integers. Numbers with decimal places are called floating point values. 10.5, 24.567. So here point is there. So these are called floating point values. Okay, here point is not there and decimal places are not there. These are called integers. So to capture two integers, I'm taking two integer arguments. I want to add x and y. So I'm writing the instruction x plus y. I want to return that value. So I'm writing return here. It is returning integer value. So return type is int. So actually we define function like this. So after completion of half C language syllabus, you understand it. Because there I explain function chapter. In the function chapter, I clearly explain what is what. Okay. So like this is add function. Like this, we can define any number of functions by following this syntax. So here int is the return type. We are writing return type. Add is the function name. Okay. Int x comma int y are the arguments. Okay. Here I didn't declare any variables. I'm writing the code as return x plus y. That's it. So this is the syntax and this one is the example to define the function. So hence we can define the functions. So function means a job, task. To perform a task, we define the function. To perform a job, to perform an action, we define a function. I want to add two numbers. I'm defining this function. Like that, I want to multiply two numbers, define another function, product. I want to find power value, define another function, power. Like this, we write the functions. So this is function 1. Okay. This is function 2. Okay. This is function 3. Like this, we can define any number of functions in a C program. In the function, in the first line, we can declare the variables, that is called local declaration. Here also, after that, we write some code. We write some code. The function 2 also same. We can declare the variables and write the code. Okay, in the function 1 also, we declare the variables and we can write the code. So like this, we can define any number of functions. Okay, F1, F2, F3, F4, like this, we can define any number of functions. So to define this function, we have to follow this syntax. To define the function, we have to follow this syntax. So we write return type, function name, arguments, local declaration, code. For our understanding purpose, simply I'm writing F1, F2. So we have to follow this syntax. If you want to take arguments, write return type, all those things. Okay. So above of it, we write above of functions. If you want to above of functions, above all functions, also we write some code. What is that? See, we write preprocessor directives. Okay, what are these preprocessor directives? Later I will explain. Just to see the terminology, see the structure. So we write preprocessor directives. Okay, if functions are there in the program, we declare the functions. That is called function declaration. Function declaration. If you want to declare any variables outside of all functions, above all functions, we can declare. That is called global declaration. If we declare within the function, local declaration. If we declare outside of all functions, that is global declaration. Okay, so we write preprocessor directives, function declaration, okay, global declaration. These things we write before the outside of all functions. Okay, so this is the structure of C program. And finally, we call these functions from the main function. Starting point of main, ending point of main. So for the main, return type is int. For the main, return type is int. In modern C language, for the main, return type is int. Okay. So we write int main here. Main is also a function. Here also, if you want to declare any variables, you can declare here local declaration. And here we write some code, some statements. Code, or you can say statements. So this is the structure of a C program. This one is called structure of C program. So very simple, nothing is there. We write the C program in the form of functions. Here we are writing the functions, F1, F2, F3. From where we call those functions? From the main function. From the main function, we call those functions because in the program, many functions are there. From where execution has to be started? From particular point, execution has to be started. In the program, hundreds of functions are there. From where execution has to be started? From main, that should start the execution. So that's why we are defining the main. What is main? This main is the entry point of the program. What is main? Main is a function. What is main? Main is a function. Okay, in which we can define some statements. In which we define statements. So main is the entry point of program. Every program execution starts from main. And in that we define some statements. Those statements will get executed. From the main function, we call other functions because main is the entry point of the program. So what is main? Main is entry point of the program. It is main is a function. It is entry point of the program. Every program execution starts from main only. In the program, we can write hundreds of functions, thousands of functions. But program execution always starts from main because main is the entry point of the program. Okay, So like this, we can write the program in the form of functions. To define the function, we have to follow this syntax. This syntax we have to follow. This one is the syntax, this one is the example. Like add function, you can define any number of functions. Define add function, product function, fact function, okay, power function. Like this, we can define any number of functions. Finally, we define the main function. From the main function, we call all those functions. So outside of all functions, we write preprocessor directives. Okay, we can declare the functions. We can declare the variables outside of all functions. If we declare, that is global declaration. If we declare inside of the function, it is called local declaration. So this is the structure of a C program. Okay, now listen. So just now we discussed about, in every program we write a function, that's what main. Just now I told what is main. Main is a function. What is main? Main is a function. Main is a function in which we can write the statements. In which we write the statements. We write the code. So in the main function, we write the code. Okay, what is this main? It is the entry point of the program. It is the entry point of the program. So main is the entry point of the program. Every program execution starts from main. So in the starting classes, just I write only one function, main. From the functions chapter, in the functions chapter, we define multiple functions. Till functions chapter, I write only one function, that is what main. So right, defining all these functions is optional. Defining all these functions is optional. So to write the C program, program must to have one function. What is that one? Main. That's why they have given name as main. Main function. We must write this function. To execute any program, we must write one function. That is what? Main. So we write like this. For the main, we write main, starting point of main, ending point of main. So main return type is int. So if anything is returning, so generally we write return statement like this. Return 0 we write. 0 means successful execution. Non-zero means unsuccessful execution. So 0 means successful execution. So even if you don't write this one, no problem. Compiler will take it. Okay. So here we write the code. Now, so main we define like this. Okay. Main, to define the main we write like, sorry. Just a minute. Yes. So to define the main we write like this. Last statement must be return 0. Because it is returning integer value, so we are writing return type as int. Okay, so in every program we define a function. Program must to have this main function for execution. So every program execution starts from main only. In C language, every program, each and every program execution starts from C, starts from main function, because it is entry point. From the main only, program execution will be started. That is the entry point of the program. Every program execution starts from main only. So to write the main, we write like this. Int main. Okay, main can take 2 arguments also. Okay, that is not required in the beginning stage. That is not required. That's why I'm not explaining. It can take 1 integer argument and it can take 1 character pointer array as the argument. It can take 2 arguments. Later in the ending sessions, I cover that one. Okay, in the beginning, just remember this one. For the main return type is int. In modern C language, so many members don't know this. In modern C language, it will not accept void. In modern C language, return type of main is int. We must write int. Okay. Next, see here. So now you know the structure of C program. So C program we write in the form of functions. Okay, and we define one main function. We define main function like this, int main. Here we write the code. So above of all functions, we can write preprocessor directives, function declaration, global declaration. What are those? Later I will cover. Based on the topic, based on the program, I cover those parts. So that is the structure of C program, and main means it is the entry point of the program. It is a function. Main is a function. In that we can write some statements. It is the entry point of the program. In C language, every program execution starts from main. For the main, return type is int. It can take two arguments. It can take two arguments. First argument is int type. Second argument is character pointer type. Character pointer array. Okay, character pointer array we take. Okay, so this is about main. Main is over. Next, so where we write the program and what we write in the program. Okay, let me explain about it. So listen carefully. To install the C software, go to in the Google, observe, download developer C++ software. In the Google, type developer C++. Developer C++, see here. DEV C++. So C language you can practice. Next C++. Second semester subject also you can practice in this one only. And third semester data structures using C++. That one also you can practice here only. So developer C++, search in the Google. So sourceforge.net first website will come. Click here. Okay, click on download. Click on download. Software will be downloaded and install it. In my system already it is installed. Okay, see your download will start shortly. That will download. Just I clicked on download. That's it. See here, that's downloading the file. Exe file it is downloading. It is downloading exe file. That takes some time. Okay, leave it. So after downloading, install it. After installing on desktop, it will display this developer C++ icon. Open it. I'm opening this one. Go to the file menu. Go to the file menu. In that, select a new option. Then select a source file option. Go to the file menu. Select a new option. Then select source file option. This is the source file. Okay, here we have to write the code. I already told in every program we must write main. So we write main here. Okay, starting point of main, ending point of main. Okay, so for the main, what is the return type? Int. So I'm writing int main. So last statement, what we are writing? Return 0, we are writing. So if you execute this code, it will not print anything. It do nothing. It will not give errors also. To check that, I'm running this one. After writing the program, what we have to do is, okay, I will explain. I will explain. One more time, I will explain. Say, listen. Once again, I'm repeating. To download the software, okay, use your brain. Okay, to download, installing, I'm explaining, installing developer C++. Use this one. This one is very easy. Use developer C++. So this is one IDE. Like this, several IDEs are there. Code blocks available. Okay. You can use compiler also, like GNU compiler is available. Okay, like Oracle compiler is available. Okay, so many compilers are available in the market. So many C++ compilers are available in the market, like Oracle compiler. Okay, GNU compiler. Okay, IBM compiler. Like that, several compilers are available. Okay, so and several IDs are also available, like code blocks, developer C++. Okay, it's better to use this developer C++. You feel easy. Okay, so how can we install it? Observe. First, go to the in the Google Drive, in the google.com, search for developer C++. Developer C++. So it will display first link as sourceforge.com. The sourceforge.com, that C++ software will be available. Just simply click on download option. software will be downloaded. So go to the browser. In the browser, in the Google, search for developer C++, DEV C++. First link it is displaying as sourceforge.net. First link it is displaying as sourceforge.net. Click here. Okay. So it is displaying developer C++ software. Click on download. Like this, software will be downloaded. Okay. After downloading, see here, developer C++ already downloaded. Okay. Double click on it. Okay. Do you want to install? Yes, I want to install. Already in my system, that is installed. So yes means that will be installed now. See here. Hence, we can install the software. If you have laptop or computer, you can install like this. You can follow this way. Okay, that is asking the language. I'm selecting the language. Okay, I agree. Next, install. Just I'm following the wizard. That's it. You can understand. You can read and you can understand. Just click on install. That will be installed. Very simple, very easy. Now it is installing the software. In my system already it is installed. Okay, maybe it is overriding. Okay, like this we can install the software. Okay, then click on finish. Okay, after clicking on finish on desktop, you will see the icon. You will see this icon. You will see this icon. So open it. It will display like this. Okay, so go to the file menu, select a new option, then select a source file. Okay, here I'm writing int main, starting point of main, ending point of main. Okay, so last statement we write as return 0. So 0 means successful execution. Okay, so after writing the program, what we do is go to the execute menu. In that, first option is compile. So this program is in high level language. So computer cannot understand it. So we have to convert it to the low level language. So we have to compile the program. So go to the execute menu, then select compile option. That is asking to save. For our class, I'm creating a new folder here in the D drive. I'm creating a new folder for our batch. Okay. So BSc or otherwise C language co-ed. C language co-ed I am giving. C language co-ed. Okay. So in this, I'm saving this program with the name first. This is my first program. First dot C. Dot C is the extension of C program. First dot C. Successfully saved. I compiled this program. See here. No errors, no warnings. No errors are there, no warnings are there. So successfully it is executing. No problem is there. If you don't write int, okay, what is happening? Let me check here. Okay, now in this, implicitly that is taking int. Implicitly that is taking int. In the C language, return type for every function, default return type is int. Even if you don't write int, no problem. Implicitly that takes. If you don't write this return 0, no problem. Now also no problem. See, let me check. Now also it is not giving any error. Okay, so implicitly compiler writes that one. Implicitly compiler takes return type as int. Implicitly compiler takes return 0 statement. Okay, so directly in the main also you can write the statement. Okay, I hope you understood. So for better practicing, write int here, last statement, write 0. Return 0. Even if you don't write, no problem. It will not give any error. It is not giving any warning. Okay, in the previous versions, return type was white. In the previous versions, in the modern, in the older C language, return type was white. If you write wide, what is happening? Observe. No, it is taking. So this is the editor. Editor is taking. Okay, actual compiler will not take. Actual compiler will give warning as return type must be int only. Here it is taking. Okay. So now my program is, I want to print. I want to print hello on output screen. So to print the data in C language, we use one function. That function name is printf function. So what's the function name? Printf. So this printf is a predefined function. Predefined function. See the terminology. Predefined means already defined. Predefined, already defined. Who defined? C language developer defined. You can say built-in function. Already it is built. Built-in. Built-in function. They placed it in stdio header file. In the previous session, we clearly discussed about C library. Every function they defined in particular header file. So in the stdio header file, they defined this printf function. What is the purpose of it? It is used to print the data. It is used to print the data on output screen. So if you want to print the data on output screen, we use this printf. For example, I want to print hello on output screen. So what we write? Printf hello. That's it. So this is a program to print hello. This is a program to print hello. So I'm writing this statement in the main. I'm writing this statement in the main. See here, in the main, I'm writing the statement printf hello. Printf hello. So for good programming practice, I'm writing int main here. Last statement, I'm writing as return 0. Even if you don't write, no problem. Okay, now it will give one error. Observe, I'm pressing F9. See, it is giving one warning to us. So incompatible implicit declaration built-in function printf. I already told what is printf? Built-in function. Already they built. Who built? C language developers built, created, defined. Built-in function printf. So that is not finding where is this printf function. So this printf function defined in stdio header file. So when we use printf function, we must write hash include stdio.h. We must write hash include stdio.h in small letters. We must write in small letters. Remember this. Function name also. I'm not writing in lowercase for style. Okay, we must write lowercase letters only. Every function name we write in lowercase only. Return is the keyword. We must write in lowercase only. Main is the function name. We must write in lowercase only. Lowercase means small letters. So write the code in small letters. Okay, now for execute this program, go to execute menu, select compile option. This program is in a high level language. Compiler cannot understand. Computer cannot understand. So go to execute menu, then select compile option. So compiler translates high level code to the low level code. Observe. No errors, no warnings. One output file is created, first.exe. So after compilation, it will create the exe file. One exe file is created now. You can check it. Just now we created our folder in the D drive. Our folder name is what? Our folder name is C language Kuwait. C language Kuwait. See here. Okay, so this is the program file. This is the exe file. Observe, second file is exe file. In the properties, you can check. That's the exe file. Okay. So in C language, every statement ends with the semicolon. So all these things, again, in the next session, I discuss. Just to try to understand what is the output it is giving. Next session, I start with this program only because less time is there. Only 2 minutes time is there. Okay. I need to talk more about this program. So what is this hash include? What is stdio.h? What is happening here? Okay, everything I have to talk. So in the next session, I talk with this one only. So every statement ends with semicolon. Here we have to write semicolon. Okay. So now how can we run this program? Go to execute menu, select compile. So just now we compiled. That is creating one exe file. Exe file is created. No errors, no warnings. One exe file created. First.exe file created. I want to run it. So go to execute menu, then select run option. Shortcut you can use F10. So I'm running the program. What is the output now? Hello, it is printing. Observe. Observe here. Hello, it is printing. So whatever you write in the double quotes, that will be printed on output screen. For example, I'm writing, okay, welcome to C language. I'm writing welcome to C language. Welcome to C language. I'm writing. Okay. Now observe. For compiling, shortcut is F9. I'm pressing F9. Successfully compiled. No errors, no warnings. To run this program, press F10. See what it is printing. Welcome to C language. Okay. So in the next session, I continue with this program explanation only. Now I'm stopping the session. Okay. Less than 1 minute time is there. I'm stopping the session. Okay. Did you understand today's class? Please all of you give the response.
Yes.
Sir.
అమ్మ క్లాస్
Yes,
అర్థమైందా?
sir.
సి సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఎట్లా
అర్థమైంది.
ఇన్స్టాల్
sir, yes,
చేసుకోవాలి
sir.
అని చెప్పినాం. సో ఇదే ప్రోగ్రామ్ నేను నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ లో ఇక్కడ నుంచి కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్ టు ఆల్. మీట్ యు ఆన్ మండే.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Many right?
వి మస్ట్ రైట్ printf 7203. వి మస్ట్ రైట్ printf. నరేష్ printf రాయాలి, ప్రింట్ కాదు, printf.
నోట్స్ పంపుతారా సార్?